please hit that subscribe button. Hey everybody, better suited to win the Stanley Cup this season. If you are new to the channel, Washington Capitals, the Boston Bruins.
Locked on and he scored! And we're live.
Hey everybody, it's time for our final series preview of the second round, and today we're going to be talking about the Philadelphia Flyers versus the New York Islanders in the Eastern Conference. Before I fully get into this preview, I just ask that you please hit that subscribe button if you're new, and give this video a thumbs up if you haven't already, as both of those things really go a long way in helping the channel and are much appreciated. But let's get into it here. This is going to be a very, very fun series from the Metropolitan Division. Philadelphia and New York, both teams have been very, very good defensively so far in these playoffs, involved in some very low-scoring series, and I don't see really any reason to think that that's going to change in this one. I don't think there's going to be much scoring, guys. This is going to be a 2-1 type hockey all the way through this series, with both teams doing the best they can to keep the puck out of their net and focusing on offense later. Let's start here looking closely at the Islanders, who went 35-23-10 in the regular season for 80 points. And they are coming off a 5-game series win over the Washington Capitals, in which, quite honestly, the Islanders were the better team for pretty much that entire series. Washington was very disappointing. The Islanders really impressed me with not only how good they were defensively, but how much offense they were able to bring to the table as well. And the Islanders were able to put the puck in the net a lot better in that series than they had been at any point in the regular season. So that's something definitely to watch here as this series goes along. Is, you know, how do the Islanders' offense really keep it going like they did in that Washington series? They're scoring 3.33 goals per game so far in the playoffs, which is very, very high for them. They weren't anywhere near that in the regular season. But, man, they have showed up to play here in the postseason, and they have looked at very, very good offensively. Defensively, they have been outstanding. This is a little bit more expected, given the Islanders, you know, what their forte is. Barry Trotz's coach team, very much defensive focused. They're only giving up 1.67 goals against per game in the playoffs. Just absolutely unbelievable defensive showing here for the Islanders. And we'll see if that can continue here the rest of the way through into this series and through the playoffs. Definitely an area of concern, though, for New York has been special teams. Not just one, but special teams in general. They are only getting 15.8% production on the power play, which obviously is very low. You want to see up near 20%. Power play has been a struggle for the Islanders and one definite area of concern. The penalty kill has also not been great. And that's a little bit more surprising given how good this team is defensively. However, their penalty kill is only killing off 75% of opportunities. So, you know, again, you want that up near 80, 85%. 75 isn't going to cut it. So the Islanders need to stay out of the penalty box, and they need this series to be played 5-on-5 if they're going to, really win this series and take it to the Flyers. They need this to be a 5-on-5 series because both special teams have struggled so far in the playoffs. And that's definitely an area of concern. They've been great at even strength action, but special teams have been an issue. We'll see if they can get that together and that headed back in the right direction here in this series. As far as goal scoring is concerned, Anthony Beauvillier leads the team in goals here in the playoffs with 6. He's had an outstanding postseason so far. And Josh Bailey leads the team in points. Josh Bailey is a guy who takes a lot of flack from Islanders fans and just people around the league in general. He was a former top 10 pick. He's never really lived up to being that star-type player. But Josh Bailey has had a spectacular postseason so far. He's got 10 points, leads the team, and has really been a key player as far as the Islanders' offense producing in these playoffs. So enough with the Josh Bailey slander. He has been really, really good this postseason. And as far as penalty minutes are concerned, Anders Lee leads the Islanders with 11 penalty minutes so far in the playoffs. Islanders are a pretty tough team. They can play physically when they need to. Obviously, that last series against Washington was a very, very physical and downright nasty series at times. And Lee was right in the middle of it with the hit on Backstrom and then the fight with Wilson. So The Islanders know what they're doing when it comes to physicality. They can play that way. They are playoff built for sure. Switching over to the Flyers now. Philadelphia has been absolutely fantastic so far in the playoffs. They won the round robin, not losing a single game, taking the 1 seed in the East. They went 41, 21, and 7 in the regular season, getting 89 points. Good enough for second place in the Metro Division. And they are coming off a 6-game series win against the Montreal Canadiens. I think Montreal was able to make that a little bit closer and a little bit more hard fought than a lot of people expected going in. But at the end of the day, the Flyers are the better team, and they came out on top. Offense has been slow for Philadelphia so far in these playoffs, though. It was a very, very low scoring series with the Canadiens, and they are only scoring 2.38 goals for per game in the postseason. So offense has been an issue. However, defense has been outstanding, and that is why they're able to win. They are winning very, very low scoring games, and they've only given up 1.75 goals against per game so far in the postseason. So giving up less than 2 goals a game is just absolutely fantastic for any team, and the Flyers have been one of the best defensive teams in the playoffs so far. Their power play has been putrid. The power play has been a big, big issue for the Flyers. Only 11.4% on the man advantage. That is absolutely abysmal. Obviously, it's a small sample size. We're only 1 round in here, plus the round robin. But I think it's going to get better. Hopefully, as the playoffs go along, they can bring that number up a little bit. But so far, the power play has been brutally bad for the Flyers. Their penalty kill, though, has been pretty good. 82.8% on the PK. Very solid number there. When they do take penalties, they're able to kill it off. And, they proved that in the Montreal series. That was a very nasty series. There was a lot of special teams play in that series. They didn't do great on the power play, but they were able to kill off a lot of penalties, and their PK has looked good. Jacob Voracek, he has been the man. Jake Voracek has been the man for the Flyers throughout these playoffs so far as offense goes and as far as skaters goes. I'd say overall, Carter Hart has been their best player, but Voracek leads the team in goals with 4, leads the team in points with 7, and leads the team in penalty minutes with 20 so far in the playoffs. So Voracek is leading the way across the board for the Flyers as far as skaters go. Leading goal scorer, leading point getter. He's been good offensively, and the leading penalty minute guy. Obviously, a misconduct included in that, and that really bumps your penalty minutes up when you get 10 at a time. But he's been involved in every facet of the game for the Flyers, and he has been extremely good for them so far. And, Claude Giroux's been fairly quiet. Voracek is making up for it with his play so far in the playoffs. So that, as far as predictions go now, I'm going to take the Flyers in this one. The Islanders can absolutely win this series. The Islanders have proven that they can beat anybody. They had a dominating performance over the Capitals. They can beat anybody. I'm taking the Flyers because I really, really think that the Flyers offense can get going a little bit better than it has been so far, but they've proven that they can win defensive hockey. And Carter Hart has just been absolutely outstanding in this postseason. I think this one probably goes 7 games as well. I think this is going to go the full way. Again, either team can win this. It's not even that I have strong reasoning here for why I'm taking the Flyers. That's my gut feeling. My gut feeling on this one, I could try and BS some statistical reasons or why the Flyers are a slightly better team or whatever. I'm just going with a gut feeling on this one, and I think the Flyers edge this one out. Usually what happens with Philadelphia is they either lose in the first round or they go deep into the playoffs. And Philly has gotten past the first round now. I think we could see them go really, really deep. I think we're looking at conference finals, maybe even Stanley Cup finals this year. They're a very good team. They're a strong defensive team. If they can get that offense going, I think that puts them up there with Colorado and Vegas as far as who's been the best teams in the postseason so far. Montreal did give them a pretty good fight. I think the Islanders will certainly give them a good fight, but at the end of the day, my gut is saying Flyers on this one, so I'm going Flyers in 7. But with that, like, comment, share, subscribe, follow on social media. All those links are down in the description. If you'd like to further support the channel, donation link, merchandise store, and Patreon are down in the description as well. Keep spreading the word about this channel. Let's keep this thing growing. Thank you very much for watching. Really, really appreciate it. Hope you enjoyed the video, and I'll talk to you guys soon.